Hello, today we shall discuss the testing of passive components and some hardware electronic components by using analog multimeter. We shall discuss the testing whether these components are working or not by using an analog multimeter. So this is an analog multimeter. The best procedure is to test the equipment, test the components, better use analog multimeter. So while using the analog multimeter, it should be ensured that before testing any instrument, so this is a positive and negative polarity. First of all, keep this multimeter in a resistance mode. So you can see here, this is a resistance mode. I am keeping this multimeter in a resistance mode and just short these two polarities. Then what happens, this pointer will be at the exactly at 0 position. It should be ensured that whether the pointer is at 0 or not. If it is not at 0, there is a 0 adjustment. You can vary this and you can keep it for 0 like this. When it is open, it is an infinite resistance. When you short it, it is a 0 resistance or low resistance. So first, this is the first step to test whether the multimeter is working or not and these probes are working or not. First you have to test yourself. Then thereafter you have to test the components one by one. You can see here I have kept here a speaker, a step down transformer, a 9-volt DC battery, a two-way switch, electrolytic capacitor, and these two are resistors, carbon resistors, quarter watt carbon resistors. This is a ceramic capacitor. This is also a KitKat switch. This is a junction diode. These components by using analog multimeter. First I will test this is speaker. You can see this is speaker. Here there are two connections. You can see by using this multimeter I will test whether the speaker is working or not. So there is no polarity, positive and negative polarity, because the multimeter is in the resistance mode. So when you put one lead across this end and other multimeter lead at these 2 points, then it will show a 0 resistance or it will read some resistance. You can see here. You can see here. Now it is a high resistance. Now when I will short it, it will show. So it is reading some resistance, say around 5 ohms resistance. It is showing 5 ohms. So then what happens? This speaker is working. If it will show high resistance, means the coil is open, then the speaker is not working. It should show some resistance. And one time you can see here, when you make it like this, you can hear a click sound. When you make it like this, okay, you can hear a click sound. Means inside there is a DC 3-volt battery. You can see here while I am making like this. So you can hear a click sound from the speaker. Means here inside this multimeter there is a 3-volt battery. So through this multimeter probe, 3 volt is applied across this speaker. Then therefore what happens? So you can hear a click sound. Then also the speaker, you can see that the speaker is working. How to test the speaker? Speaker, while testing, the first multimeter should be kept in a ohms range. Then connect these two multimeter probes across these two ends of the speaker. Then you can see here it will read some value that is around 5 ohms. Means inside there is a 5 ohms coil. The coil is working. Then the speaker is also working. In this way the speaker can be tested by using the multimeter. Or one way to test the speaker, connect these two wire leads to the signal generator and keep in some range, say around 1 kilohertz, then vary this frequency in a signal generator, then what happens, you can get an audio frequency sound in the speaker. This is another way of testing. Okay, followed. Next, what is this? This is a DC shell, DC battery, 9 volt battery. So how to test? Here we are not going to test this ohmic value, resistance value. We are going to test how much voltage is stored in this battery. As I told, it is a 9 volt battery. 9 volt battery. This one you can see here, it is somewhere it is written. Yeah, here it is 9 volt, it is written, means it is 9 volt battery. So to test this one, so choose, you are testing the voltage, so therefore here is a voltage range, DC voltage. So I will keep it here in 50 range. You can see this is a positive terminal of the battery, 9 volt battery, positive terminal, and this is a negative terminal. You have to hold. Then what happens, that time it will show, say 9 volt. You can see here exactly it is showing 9 volt. Okay, now it is open. Now we will connect. So it is in 50 range. 50 range means it is here 10, 20, 30, 40, and this is 50. Here is a 10. It is showing less than 10. So means it is 9 volt. So I will test once again just to see here. So I will connect this. Okay, it is showing 9 volt. Once again I am connecting. Okay, once again I am connecting. It is showing 9 volt. Means in this battery we are not going to test the resistance. Instead we are going to test how much voltage is there in the battery, whether it's 9 volt battery or 1.5 volt battery, whatever it may be. So when you are checking any battery, the multimeter should be in the voltage mode. You can see here I have kept in the voltage mode, DC voltage mode I have kept. Next I will test this switch. It is a one-way switch. So one side, if I make it on, off, like this. So I have to check this one, whether the switch is working or not. So simply, once again, keep this multimeter in the resistance mode, like this. Keep this in the multimeter mode. Once again, test whether it is at the zero correction or not. For every testing, it should be ensured that the multimeter should be at zero corrections. Otherwise, what happens? It may give some error, like this. If it is not at zero, so here you can see there is a zero adjustment. By varying this, you can keep it for zero. Okay, no problem. Then you can see I will hold one connection here, like this. 2 point. Don't short these 2 points. Separate. Okay, like this. Okay, now, okay, next I will make it off. You can see here I will make it off. I have made it off. So now it is showing infinite resistance. Infinite resistance means it is open. The switch is open. Off. When I will make it on, it will show some resistance. You can see here. On, off. On means some resistance. Off means infinite resistance. So when you make it on, it will be short circuit. When you make it on, it is a closed circuit. When you make it on, it's a closed circuit. It will show zero resistance. When you make it off, it will show infinite resistance. In this manner, you can see here. It will show low resistance. When it is on, I will make it off. Infinite resistance. So it will show when it is closed circuit, zero resistance or some resistance. When it is off, infinite resistance, means this switch is working mode. This is a good one. If it is show high resistance in both the, when it is make it on and off, in both the condition it is showing high resistance, means it is open. It is not working. It becomes useless. If it is showing low resistance in both the cases, when it is make it on, low resistance, when you make it off, low resistance, means it is inside it is shorted. There are only two chances. Either the switch is shorted inside, or the switch is open, or the switch is good. When it is make it on, low resistance. When you make it off, high resistance, then the switch is correct. In this way, you can see here. And this is a one more switch, you can see here. This is a hardware component. Usually it is called as a two-way switch. You can see here like this. I will move one side. So how to test which are the whether it's working or not? So I think this one, center one, is a common. So I will hold like this. Sorry. You can see here, this is one set, this is the other set. Okay, as I told, this is a two-way switch. This center one is a common. This is S1 switch 1. This is S2. So now I will test this. I will call these terminals as a 1, 2, 3 or A, B, C. So I will check AB. You can see here. When I will check AB, it will show 0 resistance. Means this switch is on. And I will check this B and C. You can see this is off because it is showing high resistance. AB is on, low resistance. You can see here, low resistance. BC is showing high resistance, off. Next, what I will do. So I will shift this. I will change mode like this. Now what happens? BC must show 0 resistance. See. Okay, see. Previously BC is showing, B and C is showing high resistance. Now you can see here B and C is showing low resistance. What about A and B? High resistance. Okay, see. A and B means, as I told, these two are one switch, these two are the another switch. 1 second. This and this is a one switch. As I told, AB is a one switch, BC is a other switch. So if you shift this knob across, right side, BC switch will work. If you switch left side, AB switch will work. So in this way, so what happens? This is called as a two-way switch. So one set is here. Similar, one more set will be on the other side. Two sets are there here. This end 3 points, this end 3 points, means this is one switch, this is another switch, two switch. One side is a two switch, another side there are the two switch. Totally there are 4 switches are there here. This kind of switches are used in the radio FM. If you want FM, you can shift it here. If you want AM, you can shift it here. In this way. So some in olden days, if you want mono, you will shift it here. If you want stereo, you want to shift here. So like this two-way switch can be used in any electronic gadgets. Okay. Next, see, this is your electrolytic capacitor. Electrolytic capacitor is having the polarity positive and negative polarity. Only electrolytic capacitor is having the positive and negative polarity, whereas other capacitors does not have any polarity. You can connect like this here. You can connect like this here, or you can connect like this. There is no difference. It will make no difference because there is no polarity. So here what happens? Here there is a polarity. You can see smaller one is a negative, bigger one is a positive. So to test whether this electrolytic capacitor is working or not, how to test? So once again, you can see here, keep this multimeter in a resistance mode, short it, see whether it is the multimeter at 0 connection is there or not. If it is not at 0, make it 0 adjustment. Then hold this multimeter probe, one probe at one end of the capacitor, electrolytic capacitor, and other at the polarity. You can see here, but the pointer just it will move. The pointer in the multimeter, it will move like this and come back, like this and come back. So I will change the direction. You can see here in the multimeter. the pointer in the multimeter, it will moves like this and it will comes like this. See, means the capacitor is charging and discharging. It means when the pointer, when I will connect this one, the pointer will moves like this and come back, means charges and discharges. So I will see once again, I will make it. The pointer here, it is at infinite. When I will connect this pointer to this electrolytic capacitor, it will moves like this and it will come back. See here, means the capacitor is charging and discharging. Once the charging and discharging of the capacitor of these two ends will be over, now further charging and discharging will not take. If you want to test once again, interchange the polarity, change the polarity. See, I am changing the polarity. You can see the one more charging and discharging phenomena like this. See, okay, like this. Now if you want to see again, the change in polarities. Okay, means the electrolytic capacitor will show the charging and discharging, means this capacitor is working. There is one more capacitor. This capacitor is called as a ceramic capacitor. This is a fixed capacitor. This is a fixed capacitor. So I will hold one end, one polarity of the one multimeter probe is connected to the one end. Sorry, these polarities are very small. One second, I will hold one polarity here and one polarity here. You can see here the multimeter is showing infinite resistance. Okay, I am connecting one end here, one end to the positive probe, one end to the negative probe. So even then the pointer is not moving, the pointer is at the infinite, means the capacitor is good one. It must show infinite resistance, then it is correct. If it is showing a low resistance, if this capacitor is showing low resistance, means capacitor inside it is shorted. Only the charging and discharging will be happens in electrolytic capacitor, as I have shown in the previous case. You see once again, this is the electrolytic capacitor, one more electrolytic capacitor. See, charging and discharging process will be takes place only in the electrolytic capacitor, because its capacitance value is very high, that is in terms of microfarads, whereas this is ceramic, it is in the range of picofarads. So therefore electrolytic capacitor will show charging and discharging phenomena, whereas ceramic it does not show. So what is this? This is a quarter watt resistance. This is a quarter watts carbon resistance. How to test this? Yesterday I have told. So one way, so by using the color code, you can test it. So first one is brown, black, red. Brown, black, red. Brown is 1, black is 0, red is 2, means it is 1 kilo ohm resistance. It is a 1 kilo ohm resistance. So hold this resistance in one end, and one end of the probe is free. I will connect this in a multimeter range. Multimeter is in ohmic range. You can see here it is showing 1 kilo ohm exactly. So here 1 kilo ohm it is written here. So like this, means this resistance is showing exactly more or less 1 kilo ohm. Okay, so this resistance is also don't have any polarity. Either you can connect like this or you can connect like this. It doesn't matter, because this resistance is having no polarity. Next comes to diode, junction diode. This is a diode. You can see here there is only a ring, a silver ring. This silver ring indicates cathode. Cathode, this is cathode, and this is anode. Anode, cathode. Where there is a silver ring, it is a cathode. So here we are applying the biasing. Biasing means voltage. In the multimeter there is a 3 volt voltage, 3 volt. So as you know that this is a positive terminal, red is positive terminal and black is a negative terminal. While you are checking any voltage, current, AC, DC, whatever it may be, always red is positive terminal and black is negative terminal. Whereas when you check any junction, any PN junction, so that time red terminal will be taken as a negative and black terminal is taken as a positive. Why means, so here you can see voltages and currents readings are read in multimeter in a clockwise direction. Voltage, say for example 1 volt, 2 volt, 3 volt, 4 volt, like this. This scale is in a clockwise direction. When this multimeter is in the ohmic range, that time it will show in the anti-clockwise. You can see here G0, 1K, 2K, 3K, 4K, 5K. The readings, the scale is in the anti-clockwise directions. So therefore what happens, this black one becomes positive, red one becomes negative. I will make a forward bias. When the diode is under forward bias, then what happens, it will show low resistance. So I will keeping, so cathode, as I told, this cathode is connected to negative terminal. This is negative terminal. Cathode is connected to negative terminal. Anode is connected to positive terminal, means it will show some low resistance somewhere here. Low bartada. You can see here. No, one second. Yes, it is showing low resistance. When the diode is under forward bias, it is showing low resistance. Just I will reverse this one. You can see here, I will reverse this polarity of the diode. That time it will show high resistance. See, one side it is showing high resistance, means a reverse bias. Anode is this black terminal is positive. Positive is connected to cathode, negative is connected to anode. Reverse bias means high resistance. High resistance, and this is forward bias, low resistance. One side low resistance, one side high resistance, means the diode is working. When the diode is under forward bias, it will show resistance. When the diode is under reverse bias, it is showing high resistance, then this diode is working. When it is showing low resistance in both the side, whether it is forward or reverse, both side it is low resistance, the diode is shorted. It is not, it becomes useless. If it is the diode is showing low resistance in forward and reverse bias, it is not working. If it is showing high resistance in forward and reverse bias, then the diode is open. The diode must show low resistance in forward bias, high resistance in reverse bias. So as you have seen, the diode is working. So next, last one, this is a LED, light emitting diode. This is also one kind of the diode. Here we are checking, when you hold this LED like this, this is, as I told, this is negative polarity and this is a positive polarity. When the LED is under forward bias, then it will glow. So now it is not glowing, means it is reverse bias. I will interchange the polarity. So here, one second, you can see here, when the diode is under forward bias, LED is under forward bias, it is emitting the light. Okay, means it is on, LED is working. When it is under forward bias. When I will make it reverse bias, you can see here I am changing the polarity. Now it will not work. You can see here, the LED will not glow. The LED will glow only when it is under forward bias. So in this way we can test the components, passive components and some hardware electronic components by using multimeter. Any doubts?